Thabreakmaster here, and I'm here today to give you my full anime review on the series One Punch Man. One Punch! So I'm gonna give you the good, the bad, and whether or not you should watch this series. So let me start off with the good of this series, and there's a lot of good I can honestly say with this series. I'm already a fan of this series for the fact that I've been reading the manga since day one. I'm one of those day one people. That's how I am. So to see this manga get animated, and get animated by Madhouse, one of my favorite animation studios, do you not know how hype I was? I was so ecstatic. I was so elated. I was just so, it was just so good. And then they delivered. They delivered. Just like the animation. Madhouse. This is why you're one of my favorite animation studios. You guys just know how to animate. Toei Animation needs to learn from you guys when it comes to animation. This had a basic budget like any other anime. But they just, it's just beautiful. Like honestly, like, there's so much goodness when it comes to animation. Very, very sharp, very, very quick. Just beautiful when it comes to the action. You're just looking at it and you're like, yes, yes, get me hype. And yes, the action is just on point. They animate these scenes perfectly. This is exactly how I wanted to see it, and they just made my dreams come true when I saw this manga get animated. And when it comes to the soundtrack of this series, I do enjoy it. I like the original opening that they have for One Punch Man, and it gets you hyped when you listen to it and everything. And everything fits with this series. They did a really good job adapting this manga into an anime because it is very faithful to the manga, pretty much to the T. Thank you, Madhouse Cuts. When it comes to the story of One Punch Man is very basic when it comes to the story. So, I mean, though it's basic, it does its basic story very well. And I don't know if I said this before, but if I haven't, I need to say this. Look, you don't need a complex story for an anime to be good. If you have a basic plot, but if the basic plot was done very, very well, then hey, the show is good. You know, you don't always need a complex plot for a show to be good, because if a complex plot isn't done right, then of course a show isn't that good. So, you know, though the series has a very, very basic plot, you know, it does that basic plot very well. I'm really hoping One Punch Man gets another season, by the way. On to the negatives. Now, honestly, there's not really a lot of negatives I honestly have for this series, but I will point this one thing out because I feel like a lot of people are concerned, or they have this negative thoughts about this series here. And that is the fact that because One Punch Man ends all his battles in one punch, the show is going to get repetitive or boring. And I can understand to an extent to why you would say that, but because I'm a manga reader and I know much further ahead and how things go on, it really all depends on how everything is done. And I will say it'll still keep your interest, because it all depends on how the writing is done and how this show handles this overpowered character. And I do feel they handle it well with this overpowered character, but I still will keep this as a con for the simple fact that there will be some people that might feel this way, or it's just, you know, it might not be for them like that. But other than that, I don't really see anything else really wrong with it because of how Madhouse handled this whole situation with this anime. Because it's a very enjoyable series at the end of the day. If you're not really worried about, you know, One Punch Man's overpoweredness, you'll enjoy this series. Especially if you're a person that loves shonen anime and battle mangas and battle fights and stuff like that, because there's a lot of good action to be seen here with great animation, mind you. So should you get into the series One Punch Man? I say definitely. This is a show that not only hardcore anime fans can get into, but casual anime fans can get into, and even people that don't watch anime. This is a good starter anime for a lot of people as well. So I definitely say you should check out One Punch Man if you haven't already. It's one of probably the better series that came out of this season, or out of this year, honestly. So, you know, don't miss out. So this has been my review. Leave your comments below. Tell me what you think of One Punch Man. Did you like it? Did you hate it? What do you think? Like this review and subscribe to my channel if you want to see some more full series reviews from me, Thabreakmaster. See you in the Thabreakmaster. And until then, people, break out!